Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric, and today what I felt was important is how to manage stress. No matter how you look at it, you're going to incur stress somewhere. And the big thing is, what do you do with it? Now, it doesn't matter whether you're a landscaper, you're a shop owner, you're an employee. We all have stress. There's good stress and there's bad stress. But it's how we manage the stress that's important. Because a lot of times stress is not good for you or your coworkers or your employees, even your significant other and family. So what's the best way to address stress? Well, if it's bad stress, it has a tendency to what I call immobilize you and have you start becoming very irritable because you're holding it all inside. And now, you've seen in my videos where I've said when I worked for the larger mining companies that I kept my home life home and my work life at work, and I didn't intermix them. But with being a shop owner and having my own employees, we don't have that. I can spot when someone is having an off day, usually within the first hour in the morning. And if I'm having an off day, those guys will spot it in a heartbeat because they know me. So normally what I do in my shop is if I see an employee that comes in and I know there's something going on, something bothering them, first thing I'll do is I'll pull them into the office and say, look, I know it's none of my business, but I'm here, and what's going on? Is there something that I can do to help you get through the rest of the day without being stressed out? And most often as not, my employees will tell me. And my employees are great because I know that my other employees have spotted it too. So everybody kind of allows this person to just express themselves, and then they get on with their work and offer suggestions or just listen. That's most of the time it's just listening. But with being shop owners, a lot of times the employees feel fearful to approach you. Whereas with here, my old time mechanic I've had for years, he'll spot it in a heartbeat. And he'll pull me aside and say, what the hell's going on? If you allow stress to build, the tendency is that you put off doing something because you're fearful of doing it. And sometimes it's just simply, paying the bills. That's very stressful. When you're trying to figure out the income coming in and where it's going out. If you're a landscaper, trying to figure out how to beat the rain, how to stay ahead, how to get money from customers that aren't paying. It's all stress. When I say good stress, I mean there is good stress. Let's say you got a promotion and now you're over top of other employees where you work. Or you just got the loan for your 2 brand new zero turns, but now the stress is there that, oh my God, now I'm in debt that far, I got to pay it off. You need to be able to work through your stress. So how do you do it? I know with me, the best thing I can do is just stop, take a few breaths, and say, look, let me deal with it and get it behind me. If it's calling a customer, having a customer come in and just screech and not pay the bill. You just take care of those things and get it behind you. That's what shop owners do. So when we're on that subject, what do you guys out there do as far as how do you manage your stress? How do you deal with folks that you see are stressed out? And it could be that they were up all night long because of the new baby in the family. Could be they've had a tiff with their significant other over nothing, and they feel bad now that they said something. See, that's the thing when you say things in anger or being upset, you can't pull them back. So it's better to say nothing than to just rip into somebody. It's not fair to them. It's not fair to you. And most times when I see somebody rip into somebody else, it's because of their fear inside. Somebody has touched a nerve that really bothers them, and that's the way it comes out. And there are certain cases where a simple apology is not good enough. You can keep doing the same thing and apologizing and no correctiveness. And a lot of times with relationships, it's not apologizing, it's showing your significant other that you will not do it again. That's the key. See, the other thing with stress, if you allow it to fester long enough, now it's affecting your mental health. And I've seen over the years a lot of folks go through depression. I myself went through depression. When I got injured and they put me out as disabled, I felt worthless, useless, that I wasn't supporting my family. I had all these things. And it didn't help that they had me on some painkillers, because that was even worse. So I know what it feels like. There's a difference between sympathy and empathy. Empathy is you understand. Sympathy helps no one. But if you're getting to the point, or you have someone that you is fairly close to you getting to that point, then I would suggest that they get professional help. And they can see a therapist, and it's completely confidential unless they threaten to kill themselves or somebody else. That therapist will keep it to themselves. They'll work through the problems with the person. And some may need to take a little bit of medication. That's okay. But that's why we need to manage stress early on. Because if left unchecked, it will blow up into this huge issue. And then you'll have no other thing to do than to confront it. And by then, a lot of times it's gotten so far out of hand that you need help getting back to where you were. Now, I've worked with folks that no matter how much you listen to them, how much it was the same thing day in, day out, to the point of where you just shook your head. They couldn't let go of something in the past because they kept it in the forefront. My advice to you is the only time to bring up the past is to learn from it so that you don't do it again. That's the only reason. You can't go back and change anything unless you have your own time machine. But what you need to do for yourself today is everything that's happened in the past. Is there something that I said, something that I did, something that I can quickly go back and rectify with somebody? Did I have an argument with my significant other? Did I say something that I shouldn't have to a coworker? If you can rectify them quick, that's fine. But other than that, leave it alone and start today fresh. Every morning you get out of bed, it's a good day. The good Lord let you have one more day at it. So life is short, and we just need to learn how to manage our stress, to minimize the effects that it has on us and the folks around us. So how about you guys? How are you guys managing your stress? I mean, from an employee side to, a boss's side to an owner's side. Each one of us has got stress. Nobody is stress free. And on that note, you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for watching.